welcome back. It feels so nice to be back in the channel after a long break. But today I'm bringing something that makes me very excited because it's a project I made a year ago, more or less. And I couldn't show it before because I didn't have time to prepare the video, but today is the day. And I'm going to show you how I designed and made my original character for our Warhammer Fantasy LARP event that was celebrated in Spain in October of 2021. And I was playing as an Overland soldier that is inspired in the historical Landsknechts. Landsknechts were some mercenaries from the 16th century that worked for the German Empire, and the Warhammer Fantasy just took this idea and more or less copied the concept. The special thing about Overland soldiers is that their colors are yellow and black, so that was my main theme for the design. And apart from that, I just took many ideas of different Landsknecht designs and Warhammer illustrations. And yeah, that's it. The purpose is not to make a tutorial, but to show you the process about how I made all the costume, because I didn't record all the steps one by one. It's more a general overview, but I think it will help you a lot to understand how I made it and to see which are the materials involved in the process and the techniques and how was all the steps I followed for this project. So that's it. I hope you enjoy it, and please let me know if you like the video and if you would like to see more LARP character costume videos. Thank you.
First of all, let's start with a bit of history. As I mentioned before, Landsknechts were groups of German mercenaries that started working for Maximilian I in the end of 15th century and kept existing until the late 16th. They were quite special because of their extravagant and colorful clothing. They used to dress with voluminous trousers and doublets, often decorated with cuts all along the fabric, and complemented them with huge hats decorated with feathers. The imperial armies of Warhammer Fantasy are strongly inspired in this fashion, as you can see these examples of Overland troops. As the event was based in the mentioned province, I decided to play as a private from a local detachment. So, based on many sources and designs, I made some mock-ups until I had a fair idea of how I wanted the costume to look like. Here you can see the two main versions I ended up drawing, and I finally chose to do the one on the right.
I finished the design, and when I was happy with the results, I went to buy fabrics. My intention was to buy mainly natural fabrics because the LARP event demands that we look like realistic and as cool as possible. So yeah, I found some cool 80% yellow wool in the store, and also yellow brocade, which is synthetic because I couldn't find anything else, and to be honest it would be very expensive to buy it. And also on the internet I found some also 90% black wool, and these ones are the materials I will use for the doublet and the pants, or the hosen as you prefer to call it. And apart from that, I am planning to do also a shirt in linen for the future, but that will be the next step. Before that, I have to make a mock-up with the basic pattern I just drafted, just to see if the shape of the garment is what I want. And yeah, when I have something I like, I will just transfer it to the final materials and cut, sew, and see what it comes out. So let's get to work and see what comes out.
These are the fabrics I was talking about. This is the black wool, this is the yellow wool, and this is the brocade. It's polyester, I think, but it looks so nice, so I'm really willing to put it on the sleeves. And I also bought some feathers because I want to use them for the hat, and I think they will look awesome. And also I had this pin, this brass pin that we bought
along with other stuff for medieval bags. And it's funny that it has the A because Aberland is the country where my character comes from. So I think I will include it in the outfit because it looks really well. And it's also very medieval, maybe a bit too early for this costume, but it's so cool anyway.
First thing first, I drew the pattern in the paper and transferred it to the mock-up fabric. I sewed all the parts together and tried it on to check the fit.
Okay, so the pattern is made. This is the mock-up. And the thing I did it was just to take a basic pattern and with my measurements and see if it fits me. You can see here, this is the back with some darts. Of course the mannequin doesn't have my measurements, so it doesn't fit so well. But anyway, this is what I have. I made, as I said, the basic pattern, and then I added this like extra part because I want it to be asymmetric like the design. That's what I have until now. The next step is to draw the sleeves, and yeah, just come up with something that looks like puffy.
Once the basic mock-up was validated, I transferred it into the final fabric. I started with the lining of the doublet, which I chose to do in natural linen. As I wanted to go for a historical look, I hand-sewed all the visible seams. When the base was done, I sewed some black stripes, which I should have added before I attached the sleeves on the body, but you know, lack of planning. When the doublet was done, I moved on to the chemise, which I made from white linen. I traced a basic shape, consisting on 2 rectangles for the sleeves, 1 for the back and 2 for the front. I used a total of 3 meters for the body because later I used a gathering stitch for the neck.
Okay, I finished the blouse more or less. I'm missing a couple things, but I'm quite disappointed because it's too bulky, and I think it's because of the fabric I used for this. The linen is very stiff, or maybe too stiff for this kind of garment, even if I chose one that was supposed to be like thin and with some weight, but when I try it with the vest on it, it's too bulky. I can't close it correctly, so I don't know, I like it because the neck is beautiful, and once it's closed I think I can have something cool, but maybe not for this outfit. I'm thinking about alternatives. Maybe I will use another blouse I have from a regional suit I have at home, or maybe I will give it a try, maybe just cut some triangles from the blouse to reduce the amount of fabric I have. I don't know. My main problem is with the back because it looks like too bulky here too. I look like Igor, you know. So I don't know. I like it, but maybe not for this costume.
Even after all the doubts, I ended up using the blouse, but let's move to the hosen. Warhammer soldiers don't wear exact same trousers as Landsknechts did. Instead, they wear previous medieval hosen, so I used a 15th century joined hosen pattern for this. Joining and fitting the hosen was quite a tricky process, so I had to make many trials. I also sewed some linen breeches to use as lining for them. I made a two-color cut piece to close the trousers at the front, and made some eyelets on both pieces to join them with cord. Finally, even if I should have done it before, I sewed on the yellow details. You can notice how difficult it is to sew the stripes once the pieces are attached, so I recommend to add the details before joining the legs of the hosen. Even if I didn't plan it on the original design, I felt like the costume needed a bit more volume, so I sewed another bunch of straps for the other leg. Unfortunately, I forgot to record the making process of the hat. So here are some pictures of the process that it consisted basically on making a coif and an origami style square in yellow wool, which I later joined together. And with all the pieces done, I gathered a couple more details, such as a belt, some leather boots and a pair of gloves, and the costume is ready. Also, my boyfriend surprised me with a Maximilian cuirass for my birthday, so the final look looks really cool. I couldn't record any videos of the game, but I leave a couple pictures from the photographer of the event, so you can see the cool group of the other Aberland recruits I met there. Also, I added a couple of bonus pictures because the atmosphere and the costumes of the people were incredible, and I'm very looking forward to going back again.
So that's the end. I hope you like the costume, I hope you find useful the video, and please don't forget to leave your like and comments and let me know if you want to know a bit more about this event or if you want to know a bit more about other costumes that I will be preparing. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.